What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Now today we actually do two interviews, and one we're actually doing Zach and Jay Lesage's interview from Quebec Provincials. There we go. They're not states, they're provincials. I had to remind myself multiple times. But this is the list that Zach used to get top 8 there. And as he is a Donphan Lucha deck, and I know last time we interviewed him, he played a 1 on Groudon, and as he took it out, and he played 1 Dedenne in his list, and I see he plays 2 lasers. And of course I asked, why do he play the 2 lasers? Seems really spooky to play that card. But overall, it seems like a kind of standard Donphan deck. But hopefully you enjoyed the interview. Thanks for watching. Okay, so just a second ago we did Zach's decklist, but this is Jay's decklist that he used to get top 4 at Provincials, and as he is another Seismitoad Crobat deck. But a thing I really like about this decklist a lot is that he plays 3 waters, and that gives him the capability to attach a water, and it can't be Zerosic off. It has to be Team Flare Grunt or maybe a Crush Hammer off. It can't be Zerosic off, which is pretty cool. And then eventually he can use Grenade Hammer for the final KO if he needs to. Besides that, it's kind of a straightforward Seismitoad Crobat deck list. Nothing too crazy. I mean, the 1AZ, I see a lot in the Crobat decks nowadays, just so you can pick up a Crobat or a Toad if you need to. And then he plays a 1 Zerosic, 1 Flare Grunt for the mirror match. But hopefully you enjoyed the interview, and thanks for watching. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today we're doing another States question answer video, and what's y'all's names?
Jay Lesage.
And Zach Lesage.
Alright, and where y'all from?
Ontario, Canada.
Alright, and what, I guess it's not a states, it's provincials. So what provincials are we talking about?
Quebec. Yeah, Quebec. Montreal, Quebec. I was about to say Quebec, Ontario, but I'm just half asleep.
Oh god.
Alright, so
I just want to give everyone, Quebec is basically Ontario's whole in terms of Pokemon playing. It's pretty cool, but there's not too much of a player base out there. The tournament was only 70 players, Masters.
Something like that, yeah.
that was bigger than my states.
Really?
Really?
We had, oh, were you talking about Masters or people total?
Masters.
Yeah, we only had 64.
Oh.
Oh, yay, Tennessee. Alright. Well, how'd y'all end up doing the Swiss?
Let's go there next year. Let's go to Tennessee. Let's Grinch Squeaky.
Okay. I already had my invite before that tournament, so I don't know.
I ended up going 5-2 and snuck in as 8th, which is pretty cool. I started off 3 or 4-0, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I battled versus round 1. What did I even battle versus? I battled versus Donphan. Then I beat I don't know, someone. Then I beat Donphan again. I was I'm playing Donphan Halicha, so I was why am I battling versus Donphan? Round 4 or something like that, I battled versus Malik. He's playing Yveltal, which is a rough matchup, but I throw in Dedenne into my deck. But I had pretty dead hands, and he ends me game 3, and I had my Muscle Band and my last Fighting Energy as prize, which is rough. Then I win versus some, I don't even know again. This is really.
How many days ago was this?
This was this is
2 days ago.
Oh, I won versus Plasma. Again, this guy that I beat to make cut.
Oh, he was mad.
He was mad.
I can't blame him though.
Was it TDK or Lugia?
No, it was Lugia. So it's not a very great matchup.
Yeah.
The guy Battle Compressors is thunderous away as soon as he sees my deck, and I just I don't even know how I won, to be honest. I beat him 2-0. It's not even it was. He had things going on. I guess it was just outplaying. I don't know. The guy's really, really, really good.
No, he's really talented. Yeah, Simon's really good.
Oh, okay.
And then in the last round, I battled versus some oh, the round after that I lose. So that was round 6. Yeah, I lose versus some random Flareon player. Kid turns up with turn 1 Empoleon every single game.
Yeah.
And has Flareon with 100 Pokemon in the discard pile, even though he needs to do 130.
Yeah.
Did I beat someone to make a cut, Jacob?
I don't think so.
I thought I did.
I don't know.
No, I thought I did.
I don't know what you did. You just made it.
I just made it. I made Kyle.
Okay, and then for myself, I went 5-1-1 in Swiss. I played against a few locals to start off the tournament. First round I played, I was surprised. The locals, they improved greatly over the years. Like, they were actually running really solid decks these years. I was really impressed. The first round I played against Seismitoad, Manectric, Garbodor, and I ran through that with a couple Zero-6 and Flare Grunts on her Seismitoads. They caught her off guard, and some well-timed lasers kept her in check. And then round 2, I played against the Flareon player that Zach ran hot against, and let's say I finished the deed that needed to be finished. I wrapped that guy up pretty quick, and then I don't remember my round 3, to be honest.
Didn't you battle versus that kid who was playing in Kyogre?
That was round 4. I think I played. I'm not too sure who I played round 3. It'll come back to me later.
Oh, wait. Sorry to cut you off. I remember one of my rounds.
Oh, he's like, please. He's like,
I was like, oh, I battled versus an Executor deck. Oh, I didn't talk about that. Yo, so I trucked this kid playing he was playing Executor. No, he like, I look at my opening hand and I start with Dedenne and I'm like, this is absolute trash. My hand was Dedenne, 5 basic fighting energies, and Karina, and it ended up working out because I used entrainment. And then I just like got a solid wreck, and I played Hypnotoxic Laser in my deck this week. So I made his Virizion was prize, and I only knew that because of town map. And I made it asleep in between turns with poison and knock it out with a wreck doing just only 80. So I stopped his blockade by that. Then I donked his Jirachi going second, game 2.
Okay, so getting back to this. Okay, so
shout out to Kieran.
Okay, so unnecessary. Okay, so third round, I don't remember who I played. I think it was another local, and then round 4, I played against
Eric.
Yeah, Eric Wallig, and then or no, I don't think it was Wallig. I don't know his last name.
Kid.
He's a local from Toronto. He's actually pretty good, and he was running a Kyogre deck. So we all know how a Kyogre versus Toad goes. Honestly, game 1, I beat him. I took a quick grenade hammer on his Keldeo and knocked it out because that's the only threat in the matchup, right? I mean, I rough seized all my damage off. Game 2, we play a really long game out. He hits his rough seas at the right times after trump cards and ends and stuff, and under lock he draws really well, beats me. Game 3 goes to time when I'm in the winning position, so can't really do much about that. Round 5, I played versus Malik Zihan. You interviewed him earlier, I think.
Yeah.
And really good player. Shoutouts to him. He did really well. He top forward. Game 1, I'm really behind. I hit a lot of super scoop up. I think I hit 2 super scoop ups consecutively in a row to heal my Toads, and he couldn't draw the last prizes. He was a little sour after that, but I can't blame him. I ran pretty hot game 1, and then game 2 I just crippled him after I made him supporter drought because he could only draw VS Seekers, not supporters, and I just benched him out. So that's what happened there, and then the rounds after that, I just remember I played against a Virgin in round 6. And I took a game on it. I don't even know how. And then I lost to it afterwards. And then round 7, I played against. What did I play against? Oh yeah, I played against another evil tall Toad, Garbodor, and I just took an easy win on it. So it was a pretty good Swiss run.
All right. So y'all both in top 8. Are you excited? Y'all both made it in.
Yeah, I was nuts. I was like,
well, he was excited because I was like, I'm like at 274 points. So all I need to do is like come top 32 at Ontario Regionals. Then I had my invite after I had like a really poor city season. But the past 3 weeks, I ended up getting 110 points. And then I've done like, I think I've done like 4 league challenges in the past 4 weeks too. So it's just been like really a lot of points coming up.
Okay.
Man, after like round 7, I went bananas. I got my Worlds invite. I was like, oh, I went to the bar. I did shots. I was like, yeah, it was so good. I'm not even kidding you. Like, there was a bar literally 10 meters away from the tournament.
Yeah.
So like, I went over there and I was like, yeah, shots.
We did some Jaeger bombs.
There were some Jaeger bombs.
Hopefully, y'all's day 2 was the next day, right? Or no, was it
It was the same day.
It was the same day.
They gave us an extended break.
They gave us a break. They gave us like 40 minutes, and we were like, let's do a shot.
It was our friend's birthday, and it's Montreal, so it's legal.
Yeah.
I was like, top 8, I could win with a shot in me. Let's go.
All right.
As long as you're not drinking at the venue, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. All right. So top 8, what happened there to both y'all?
I battled versus Brizia and Genesect, which was like, I was like, yes. The guy was a local, and I was like, that even makes it more of a yes. So game 1, I like dead draw the like just horrible. Like he beats me like third turn, like well not third turn. I skip about third, fourth turn in because I have nothing. Game 2, I just like absolutely wreck this kid. I play 4 Haluchas, 4 Donphans. Doesn't matter. My Hypnotoxic lasers do nothing in that matchup, but like he started with Genesect and a Plasma Energy, so I made him asleep, and it was not going his way at all.
Yeah. Game
3, I dead draw for 15 turns and only stay alive with like Lysander's trump card and Robosup. It was rough.
Yeah.
Especially considering my brother and I would have been matched up within the next bracket. And I'm like, oh, I screwed my brother over since he's playing Crobat, Toad, and my opponent's playing Virgin. So realistically, it was either
so
my brother. It was my brother or I should have won that tournament if I did not dead draw.
Okay, so Zach sets up my side of the story here quite nicely. So I'm going into top 8. I'm playing against the same Flareon player I played in round 2. I absolutely truck this guy. Like, the highlighted play was, like, I Lysandered the Empoleon, made it asleep, and then killed it going back into my turn after Zerosicking the Silver Bangle on his Leafeon. It was so good. It was so awesome. And so he went down really quickly. There wasn't a fight on his half. It's Flareon. It's kind of rocky for him. So going into top 4, I played against Virgin, and and I took another game on it. I don't know how.
Yeah.
So he beat me game 1. He sacked me, and then game 2, I actually used my bats and super scoop ups, and like I used everything I could possibly get my hands on, and I actually took a win on him by dragging up his Deoxys, quaking punching it while using bats to slowly knock out a Virizion, and then I killed his Jirachi on the bench. So I actually took game 2, and then game 3. I start off, and it looks like I might actually be able to pull it off because I have the Toad DCE, and the only thing I'm missing at this point is the Team Flare Grunt from my deck, and I Ultra Ball for Jirachi. Jirachi's prized, so I scoop 3 seconds in. It was over, so I ended up losing in top 4 to a really uneventful match.
Well, I mean, still, congratulations on top 4 and top 8. It's still pretty good.
Thank you. Thanks
man.
Sure.
So Zach, I guess the question is, why did you decide to play 2 lasers in your deck?
I thought it was really interesting. I played it in Indiana regionals in the fall. It really gives you some weird outcomes in games, especially if your opponent drops a Burbank. I think it's really helpful in the battle matchup because sometimes you just need an extra 10 and then you could play around with the math. It doesn't really work to OHKO them unless you miss a muscle band. But it can turn like a 3 or 4 hit into a 2 hit with a Donphan. Or even things like a Dedenne, if you don't have a Bangle, then you could like hit them. So it changes up the math a little bit. It's also really helpful to make things fall asleep in the worst situations. I'm sure with any other deck that normally plays laser, and people don't expect it in Donphan either, so like they'll play like you have a damage cap. But when you're trying to go for like even knocking out things simple as like a Jirachi X EX active, you can just haluch it with a strong energy and a laser instead of having to have a muscle band or a strong or a fighting stadium or anything. So it's like a plus power, but with like added benefits.
Okay. And why did you decide to play just a straight Donphan Halucha this time around?
Yeah, I want to start with something that's strong every single game. And the few games that I started with Groudon last week, it wasn't the strongest starter. It kind of forced me to use like Rip Claw, which was never the best case scenario ever. It never worked like it should have. and this deck worked. It worked fairly consistently until I hit my top 8 matchup.
Okay. So, Jay, was the 1 AZ in your deck, was that helpful at all, or was it kind of a dead card?
Oh, it was so good. Okay. So, there were just times when, like, AZ just caught my opponent off guard, and, like, it was just so good. Like, being able to, like, pick up, like, I don't think I really ever used it on Seismitoad, but there were multiple times where I started with Jirachi, and, like, the AZ would just fall like a Greek goddess into my hand, okay? So, and I just AZ the Jirachi into my hand, promote Seismitoad, get the Quaking Punch. It was like gold, man, liquid gold. And, like, honestly, I would never go to 2. Like, 2 is a far stretch, but I don't think I could quite drop it. I think it merited its spot in the event.
Okay. Now, after playing the your Toad Crobat deck, would you change anything up, or you think it looks pretty solid?
I think it's pretty nice. Something I'd consider, though, was there were a couple variations that I had beforehand. Like, originally I played a Center Lady, and I also played a Mewtwo, but I didn't like starting off with Mewtwo. I thought it was too much with the 2 retreat cost. I figured that if I were to play a Pokemon, instead of Mewtwo, I'd play Manectric and switch the waters to Lightning. But even at that point, I was like, I don't really like that idea at all. So I just I dropped the Mewtwo. I'd consider putting Center Lady back in because it was a really clutch card in testing. I'd switch the water energies to hammers. I'd consider that.
Okay.
Because I just felt like Toad was really disruptive, but I could have been more disruptive with it. So it was something to consider.
Okay. So how many championship points are you all at currently?
I'm at 274. I'm so close. Only like Ontario regionals, I need to top 32. And with all the other regionals placed on that date, I think we're only going to hit about 128 players anyways. So I think I can be within the top 25% of the field. Proven myself a little bit more before, so.
Okay.
And I'm at 354 CP.
Okay. All right. So I know obviously the World's Invite's what you always aim for, but is there a certain like CP goal y'all aiming to get?
I'm not really. I just really want to go for my invite. I haven't put as much effort in as I have in past seasons. I think 2012 I was. If they added up my championship points correctly, I should have been at like 1284. So I've pushed it to like the limits before, and I know how stupid it can get. My goal is just to get my invite, and I want to play Nats out, and we'll see if that's enough to get me a top 16 invite. But besides that, it doesn't matter. I just want I want to play in Worlds.
Man, I really want 500 CP. I just want us to be like, yo, 500s.
Yeah. Okay, so the regionals coming up. Are you gonna play the same deck, or is there a new deck there y'all like looking at?
Confidential? No. Oh man. Well, we're not allowed to play Roaring Skies, are we?
Yeah, we can't play Roaring Skies at our regionals. So the metagame isn't going to shift that much. I guess there's like double Crisis, and I don't even know if there's anything like playable in that set yet.
I mean that Groudon's worth testing. I mean, like, there's a couple interesting cards that I actually like in that.
I kind of like that Camera Up.
Yeah, that Camera Up though. I don't know though. I can't see Camera Up being that good though. I can't see
anything Energy Excel is usually pretty good.
Yeah, but I don't know though. Like Seismitoad, like it's just a nail in the coffin for that deck. I'd probably play the same deck, to be honest. I think it's just a really solid deck. Doesn't really have a lot of like bad matchups, and I mean it's super good, man.
And I'm probably close to playing the same deck. I need to test a lot more, and we'll see. But it's pulled me through this week, last week, and I feel like I've just been pretty unlucky overall, like in the top 8 of each tournament. So we'll see if I could pull through with a better outcome at Ontario regionals.
Okay. Well, do you want to give a shout out to anybody?
We're gonna give a shout out to our crew, Team Bank. Got Dakota, got Winston, we got Tyler,
got
Ishan, got our boy Calvin. Calvin at the back of the spaceship.
Yeah, shout out to Calvin Tadmalong, yo. Shout out to
I'm gonna give a shout out to Jason Lum with the belts.
Yeah, big body Lum, whipping the yams.
And
The yam whipper.
just shout out to the rest of the Ontario players. We got a cool crew. It's been kind of cool chilling with Jason K for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, he's a babe and a half.
He probably won't watch this, so
It's
we
okay.
hate him.
We'll force the link on him.
Okay.
And we'll tell him to subscribe. And I just want to say a shout out to my dad. I don't know. Thanks.
Thanks for giving birth.
Thanks for giving birth. And yeah, shout out to Squeaky for making this interview possible and for being a complete dime in this community.
Yeah, thanks for y'all doing it. That's all. That's where it comes from. People like y'all.
No problem.
Got it.
Oh, he caught it through the screen though.
Hey, whoa.
I'm magic.
Yo, the 6, man, the 6.
Yo, you're not from T-Dot though.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, never
Mark
mind.
is the 6 god.
No, the interview thing. Did y'all see the state's question answer thing?
Yeah.
You asked me this in my interview last week.
I know, but it's still the funniest thing ever.
Here's
It's not
your
funny.
thumbnail, man. Here's your thumbnail.
Alright, guys. Well, thanks for doing this.
No
Yo,
problem.
no
Thank
problem,
you.
man. You're a god.
Alrighty, take care.
All right, bro. Peace.